So hello and welcome back. So today we're going to try and fix the electrical problems. So the electrical problems I've got is sometimes the lights work and sometimes they don't. So I'm going to check out the fuse box because I've had this on an old car before and it was dirty terminals and some of the fuses are a bit naff. So let's have a look. Look at the middle fuse, yeah? It's been taped together and look, someone's put some copper wire to make it work. All right. So that's a 35 amp, that's a 35 amp. So I've got to have a look in the book, but I'm presuming that's a 35 amp as well. So we'll get that out and have a look. So that's the fuse that I've got out. Now, looking at the paper on it, I'm presuming that's a 15. Now, whether it's meant to be a 15, I don't know. So I'm just going to go and check the handbook because I've got quite a few old glass fuses in here. All different 35 amp and different ones. So I don't know if that's the right fuse for there. And someone's just had a smaller fuse and just lobbed it in, sort of thing, and hope for the best, or it's that's what it was meant to be. So anyway, well, let's go and have a look. So I can't actually find out if that was an original 15 amp fuse that's meant to go in there, but he's going to have another 15 amp put in it. Then we will try all the lights and things to see if it blows it. So that's 35. 35. Give me a minute and I'll find one. It's much better, definitely. I can't wait to get it all clean in here. Yeah. This will come up really nice. Cover back on. So, one thing I do want to do is just tighten the alternator belt. To be fair, I want to paint all these bits and bobs down here, but you can hear it squeaking slightly. Yeah. Because the alternator's well too loose. But I might just tighten it now, actually. So I've took the bolt out. That was the original washer, but as you can see, look, it's a bit, what's the word? Rubbish, yeah? It's a bit thin, yeah? You can see it's bent. So I've got a better one, look at that. Yeah. So, at the moment, we've got the electrical faults fixed. Yeah? I'm not very good with electrics, so bear with me. So I've actually got a lot of parts arrived, so let me show you what I've got. I've got an oil filter, some engine oil, and also I've got some antifreeze. I have noticed that the water pump on this does have a slight leak. I think it's because it's been stood, and now I've used it and had it running, and now it's not a lot of a leak, but it is seeping. So there is actually a new water pump on the way. I've got some Triumph mud flaps. Now I've got 4 of these and the fitting kit. We've got a new wiper switch, yeah. And what else have I got? Oh yes, where is it? Go on, bear with me. Oh, we have some in here. I'll show you in a bit. Brand new little British Leyland badges. Now I've got one that was on the car, but I'm missing the other one, and one of them was in a bit of a poor condition. So I've got 2 new ones. And they go on sort of here somewhere. And also I've got the badges that were missing off the back, which is these. So this is the rear one. And I'm just measuring it up where it actually goes. So it goes somewhere like that. Now online, so there's a bit of dust on here now. Look at this. There we go. So online, there's actually measurements of where it properly goes. So I've just put a bit of a blob of marker pen, should we say, on here because it will clean off afterwards. And then I'm just going to stick that one on. Then we've got the bonnet one as well. So we're going to stick these on now. So from the Google measurements, this is where it's going to go. I think it looked quite good with these on. Yeah, so good. I'm just going to remeasure it and 100% check, but this is what Google says. And there's 2 or 3 people got pictures on here with the measurements. It's about 1.5 inches here and 1.5 inches here. Now, what I'm not sure of is it 1.5 inches from here and 1.5 inches from here? Or is it 1.5 inches here, 1.5 inches here, and it's more square? Or is it an angle like that? That is what I'm not sure of. And every Triumph Spitfire I have a look at is different. I mean, some of these are up here somewhere, sort of here. Some are higher up, some are lower. So I'm not actually 100% sure where it originally was. But I don't see... That doesn't really, in my opinion, look out of place. Yeah? So, yeah, let's get it on. So I've got this one on. Look at that. British Leyland. Yeah? So this is supposed to be 6.5 inches across here and 4.125 here. So I've actually just done it to 4. All right. I don't think anyone's going to notice that little tiny bit, let's be honest. But yeah, look at that. That's good, yeah? Very happy. So I'm just going to do this wing badge and then I'm going to do the bonnet one. So yeah, let's get going. Look at that. Yeah. Just let it settle down a bit. So this front badge is 1 inch from here. It's 4.5 inches down there. And under the S it's 5 inches. Just if you want to know. So what I'm doing now, I'm just having a look at the coolant, because I bought new coolant, because unfortunately I had it running yesterday. Let me just put this down, hang on. Yesterday I had this running, and I noticed under here it was wet. Yeah, and it was coming out that hole in the back of the, oh, you can't really see it on here, that little hole at the back of the water pump. So I've ordered another water pump, because what I've done is I've tightened this, you see, and I think that might have just finished it off. But I was actually interested if there's any coolant in it. Now, I've seen bad coolant before, right? Look at this. Hang on. Look at the colour of that. That is bad, right? So it's a good job of changing it. So it looks like the whole system wants flushing out. So that's what we're going to do. So over the weekend, that is what I'm going to do. Now, I have noticed something missing off here, which I didn't realise, so I looked at somebody else's Triumph Spitfire about, well, it was on YouTube actually, so I'm going to have to get some. I found some on eBay for sale for a tenner, but we're going to have to get them. So originally, there was a bar here that went to here, yeah? Just about each side of the engine, and it was just a radiator support, so I'm going to have to buy 2 of those. I have found them for sale. Off the earlier one, I'm presuming they fit. Let's have a look this side. Oh. So there you go, it goes in that hole there. Onto here, it's just a bar. So I'm going to get a couple of those as well. So I've just had a look, the coolant is blue, because when I went into the shop, I didn't actually know. So I am going to have to change it over the weekend, because that is absolutely shockingly bad, that coolant. I mean, like, this bottle's all loose, you know. Now, apparently there's a bolt nut or something I was reading online. Well, actually, in the handbook. Oh, hang on, there's a tap. So, yeah, I'm going to change the coolant at the weekend. I'll have a proper look, see if that is a proper tap for draining coolant, I don't know. It just said it was a bolt on in the manual. Unless someone's fitted a tap, I don't know. But anyway, we'll get the coolant done at the weekend and the water pump. So hopefully that turns up tomorrow. I've got a new set of wing mirrors to put on, chrome ones. Well, because I've only got one, so we're going to have to drill holes in either side to put one in it. Yeah, it's a scary moment. And yeah, so thank you for watching, and I'll see you all very soon with a new update.